CPS took my son in 2015 due to my drug addiction, and this is part 3 of my experience. So like I said, I had relapsed for the first 2 weeks while I was in treatment. I was trying to drown out the feeling of having just lost my son and having to hand him over to complete strangers. You see, I asked for CPS to place my son with my mother-in-law, but they decided that my mother and father-in-law were too old. They were 60 and 65 years old. So my baby boy had to go to foster care, and he was just turning 1. It was literally 2 days before his first birthday. So I did my time in treatment, and after 30 days, I graduated. Luckily, they did kick me out for relapsing the first 2 weeks, and they let me stay and go through the program. When I got out, my husband had gotten on Suboxone, and I remember being so angry at him because I was very close-minded and I did not believe in Suboxone. I thought that Suboxone was just trading addictions. I was very ignorant. But after about 3 or 4 days of white-knuckling it, going to meetings, talking to my sponsor, and still struggling with temptation, even though my son was in care, I decided to get on Suboxone too. After I got on Suboxone, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders, and I could totally focus on my recovery and my son and getting him back. So that's what I did. I started working my ass off. I started going to meetings every single day. I got a sponsor. I was working with others. I was hitting the ground running. I went to parenting classes. I did everything. I took my hair follicle test. I was submitting to drug screens. I was busting my ass to show them that I love my son. I'm not a bad mom. I was just struggling with the disease of addiction. But in true CPS fashion, there always has to be somebody that doesn't see that and thinks that you're manipulating or whatever, and that was the attorney ad litem. She was the attorney that was representing my son, and when I tell you she did everything in her power to try and keep my son from me, that's exactly what she did. But when you're doing the right thing, it doesn't matter what comes against you. You will always prevail. And that's what I was doing. I was doing the right thing. I was staying sober. I was submitting to drug screens. I was doing my parenting classes. I was taking therapy. I was doing everything. And so at the end of the day, me and my husband won, and we ended up getting our son back. It took us 12 months, but we got our son back. We got our son back around December, and when I tell you guys, I cried my eyes out, and it was the best feeling to have my baby boy back for Christmas. If you want to hear what it was like to be a mom again, just let me know and I'll do part 4.